Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Tech for You Consulting. This is Excel, a 90 days Excel Skills Mastery Challenge for the past, and this is week 5. So beginning of week 5, we started looking at time and date. We handled date in the first 2 days, and then yesterday we looked at basic time calculations and all that. So today we want to focus on looking at the basic time handling and timesheet skills in Excel. And the idea is to get a deeper understanding of how to manage time and how to perform the timesheet calculations that we do for payroll and other stuff. So let's continue with what we did in week 23. So this is week 24, and I'm glad you are keeping on with this challenge. So let's get to work. Okay, so in the basic time handling techniques, it is very important for us to recognize that in our professional settings, we don't always need to calculate or to separate hours for minutes to calculate pay or use the exact current time for date logging. But what we do is that we extract these dates, put them together, and create the number of hours that are available for the pay calculations that we do. So there are extractions that we use in Excel functions, and one of them is the hour that takes the time and returns the hour of the time that we have from 0 to 23. So if we have, let's say 10 a.m., then the hour will extract the 10 out of all the dates for you. So we also have minutes that returns the minutes, and then we also have the now that actually returns the current date. Very useful for last update stamp and all that. And so whenever you want to create an invoice that gives you the last update, current date, time and date, then you can use now on it. It's very, very useful for that purposes. So let's see the demonstrations in today. So we have a date that says that 12/23/45. That means 12 p.m., 23 minutes and 45 seconds. So what will be the seconds component of this date? That's where the function seconds. So you type seconds and then it pops up, returns the seconds, a number from 0 to 59, like you saw in the demonstration. So you pick it, select the time, and then you hit enter. Then select only the seconds, which is a 45. That's why we call it extraction. So if you need to select the seconds from a date or a time, then you can actually use the seconds functions to do so. Then the minute is also the same thing. So the minute also will return the minutes from the date, and its number from 0 to 59. So once you pick it and select the same date and you hit enter, you get the minutes. That's 23 minutes, and it's very useful for extracting minutes from times. Okay, the hour also the same, returns the hour as a number from 12 a.m. to 11 p.m. So once we pick this hour and select, it also tells us that it's 12 p.m. So these are the extractions that you can do on time in Excel. You can do the hour extractions, you can do the minute extractions, and you can also do the second extractions. Okay, so there is a function also called time that actually puts all these extractions together to also form the accurate time you want. In case you have a sheet that has the seconds, minutes, and hours, how do you put them together to form a time? And that is what this function does for you. So this function also takes 3 different arguments. It takes the hour, which is our 12, comma, then it takes the minute, which is our minutes, and then it also takes the seconds, which is our seconds. Once you hit enter, it converts them into hours. So let's say I have 00 here, I have 0 here, I have 0 here, and then I have 4 here. Or let's say I have 16 here, if I want to form time out of this, I'll just put time and then be able to select the hour, which is the 16th hour. Then the minute is 0. Then the second is also 0. Once I hit enter, I get 4 p.m. Correct. So the time is very useful for putting together the different part of the time to form a whole time in Excel. Now, the now is also a function that returns the current date and the current time. So you just type as it is now, and then you choose it, and then you hit enter. Then it will actually convert the current date and then the current times that you have in the system. So that is the now for you. You see the date and then you see the time aspect of it. Very, very useful for creating invoices in Excel. So that gives you the exact time and date that the invoice was generated. So don't forget about this function. Very useful. Okay, so in part, these are the tools that we have looked at, the functions that we have. And we have hour that pulls the hour from the timestamp. So if I have a timestamp this, then our hour, like we demonstrated, we'll pull it. So we'll pick this one and then it pulls the timestamp. Then we also have the minute, which actually pulls the minute from the timestamp again. So you say minute, then you pick it. The argument is one, the serial number, which is the time that you are giving to it, and then you hit enter, then it says 30. So you look at it, 14, 30, and then 05. Then we have the seconds, which also pulls the second from the timestamp, which is the serial number, and then you boom, you get it. So 1430, 25, 1435. And then your time would always build from them. So you enter time, which puts all of them together, 14, 30, and 5. And then once you hit enter, you get 2 p.m. Very, very amazing. And like you also know, our now function takes only one argument and then returns the current date and time in the system. Very, very, very accurate. And this is what I want to show you today, to do that for the functions that are very useful in Excel. Okay, thank you. So let's move on to look at the understanding of this and the calculations we did in the 23rd week day, 23rd day, sorry, basic calculations in time. The logic is transferred to what we call the timesheet. And so to calculate pay, you usually convert the time into decimals. We know that it's a fraction of 24. So if it's a fraction of 24, then it's going to be always when you do a subtraction, you are going to multiply it by 24. Then you get the actual hours or minutes that was spent on a particular period. So why? Because Excel sees 1 hour as 1 over 24. Multiplying by 24 turns it into one number, which you can then multiply by a salary rate, and then you get what you want to get. So let's look at this example that we have here. Monday, you clock in at 8 a.m. and then you left at 5 p.m. What are the total number of hours you worked? So this is how we do the calculations. We subtracted, so have to subtract the small from the high. So 5 p.m. you closed minus the clock in, which will automatically give you some figures you do not understand. Let's say this is 38, but because we are dealing with time and we are doing subtraction and it's a fraction, so we multiply the product of this addition by our 24 hour in a day. And once you hit, you get 9 hours. So that means that this person actually worked 9 hours. So when you multiply the 9 hours here by your 40 cedis per hour, you get the actual daily rate for the employee. And that can be done for all of them. So we come here, we subtract the clock in from the clock out, and then you multiply that product by 24. You make sure you put the subtraction into a bracket, and then you multiply by 24. Then you hit it. Then don't worry, it's just the number formatting. So let's select all this place, go to number formatting and put 9. So this person also worked 9. So it's 8:30 to 5:30. So this person also worked 9. This is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So let's look at it. 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. So 6 p.m. minus 9 a.m. So we get something like 9 hours again, because it's 9 hours again. Fraction 24. And then we'll get it. So technically, this is how we also do the calculations. And at the same time, we can pull this down and then we'll get the correct pay for them. So this is the concept of timesheet. You can have so many employees here. You can have their time in, time out, and then you can use it to determine their salary. Once you know that Excel calculates time as 1/24, it means that whenever you do a subtraction, multiply the result by 24, and that will give you the total hours that are between that two periods. And that total hours can now be multiplied by your hourly rate, and then you get your hour total wage for the particular person. So in this 24, we've learned some functions of Excel, both the extractions and then the put together functions. And then we've transferred the logic also into timesheet. That helps us to be able to calculate timesheet for payroll use. This is a very beautiful skills that we can get, and helps us to be able to be more productive in the office. Thank you for joining this very session. Session 525 will be reserved for purely practicals, so that we look at some of the practicals in the time and dates and put it together to a real business scenarios that we deal with it. So meet me into with 25. Day 25, as we explore the practical action aspect of the time and date that we have studied in week 5. Please, if you have not subscribed to this channel yet, kindly do so, and make sure that you practice the assignments that are given to you. And when you are done, comment in the comment section below that assignment completed. If you have not also clicked on the bell, please do so, so that when we upload any video, you'll be the first person to get it up. So thank you very much for joining today, and hope to see you in week 25 as we explore the practical aspect of the time and date as we studied under week 5. Thank you very much, and stay tuned. Bye-bye.